Today I'm going to demonstrate to you the most important step in stopping a hive from swarming. The first step was on August 9th, and that's when I pulled the queen and made a nuke out of her and went through the whole procedure of stopping the hive from swarming. You're not out of the woods at that point. There is a step 2 to that, which occurs about 5 to 7 days later, and that is going to be what I'm going to demonstrate today. You basically have to go in and destroy any additional swarm cells they may have made. So now, since we're making sure that we get every additional emergency cell, we do have to break the hive down. And you have to check every box. Even though the likelihood, or they're less likely to make emergency cells in the bottom box, it's just that important. We're going through all this work, we might as well take extra steps. You'll probably notice it's so early in the morning. It's probably not the best time to do any sort of bee work, but I want to beat the heat. So the first thing I want to do is check the bottom box, because that's where I put the cells that I selected. Normally, I would actually shake the frames off just to make sure that I really get all the emergency cells. But for the sake of the video, that could get a little chaotic. As you can, I'm already getting stung. So we're not going to do that for this video, but I do like to make sure that we have all of the emergency cells. I'm just doing a quick scan down here. Yeah, they just haven't been terribly happy lately. You want to check the queen cups at the bottom for eggs and larvae. By now they should be pretty well developed, so they should stick out pretty good. See there, there's three emergency cells. So we're going to take them right out. Okay, so there's my queen cell, one of them that I selected, pretty far along. It's capped. These bees are not really happy. This is just not a great time of year. I mean, there's goldenrod coming in. If you want to move bees around to get a better look, just give a gentle blow. Your breath will move them. Every one of those emergency cells is a potential for an after swarm. See, they hide. See that? They can really hide on there. Now, this is the frame with my good formed queen cell. So we got to be real careful with this one, because once it goes back, we're done. So we're going to take all these emergency cells out. Okay, now we're going to protect this cell. It is the lifeline of this hive, because we're destroying everything else. And that queen has already been gone quite some time, so there's no more viable eggs or young larvae that they can make an emergency cell out of. Oh, see, this is the first frame I took those 3 cells off of, and look at that. See, that's how sneaky they are. I am moving a little faster than I should, because I'm getting a little lit up right now on my fingers and my arms, so they are just not happy. Imagine if I was shaking the frames. Oh my God. That would be a bad day in the bee yard. And you're going to see some of those days, folks. I've mentioned before, I don't just edit out and keep all the good stuff. If I have a bad day in the bee yard, while I'm making a video, you're going to see it. I don't like these videos where everything is like just a perfect day by an experienced beekeeper. And see, there we go. Not happy. I'm sorry, buddy. I know. Okay, now we check the second box. This hive was a little late to do a split or pull a nuke off of. It's not ideal to do that on August 9th, and that's when I pulled that queen. But it looks like she did a really good job brooding up before that plan happened. So there's lots of capped brood in this hive. This hive also has a very nice, it's a decent population. Considering there's 3 or 4 undrawn frames in there, You know, just because they didn't pull those frames out and they didn't build this whole thing out the way I would have liked them to, doesn't mean there's something wrong with the hive. These bees are relentless today. Oy, stop it. Man, they are lighting up my hands. This is getting old. Remember I was saying how I document the bad inspections? I mean, look at, you can see all the stingers in my hands. So far, everything's been really in my hands and my arms, so they're not like clinging to my veil or anything. So it's not like it's a nasty hive. They're just being bees, man. So I'm gonna try a little something. You know, we are on a little bit of a flow. I can smell the goldenrod. The hives smell like, I think butterscotch. People always say sweat socks, like dirty sweat socks. I don't know, man. I think people just keep repeating that. I think it smells good. It smells so, since that frame is undrawn and this hive has nothing to do because there's no more brood to raise, I'm going to put that frame in the middle of the brood nest, the capped brood nest. Sometimes putting an undrawn frame between brood frames encourages them to draw it out. And we're gonna give that a shot. Here, this is 2 brood frames right here. So I am gonna put this frame right in the center. And then I wanna get the heck out of this hive. I have definitely more than overstayed my welcome in here. Quick recap. This hive I found in a swarm mode on August 9th. I went through the procedure to stop the hive from swarming. That brings us to today, the second step in stopping a hive from swarming that gets overlooked a lot, and that is coming back to destroy any additional queen cells that they may have made. And hopefully I got them all, and this hive won't have cast swarms and swarm out on me. Thanks for joining me, and I'll see you next time.